Hey folks, welcome back to the Furrows Mode channel. Today, we're going over our Q&A. You guys have been asking questions and I do have them up here. Sorry it took so long to get to this, but we are going to start. So first question is from Antonia, and it says, if you go to a drive-thru, what are you ordering and are you eating it in the car? And yes, I typically don't go through drive-thrus too much because I feel like most of the time the narrow ways are so tight. I'm just so scared of curbing a wheel. But if I were to go to a spot, it'd definitely probably be Chick-fil-A. I do love some good Chick-fil-A. And what am I ordering? Probably a combo meal, chicken sandwich. I do like the spicy chicken club or something with a pretzel bun, some fries, and of course I'm chowing that down in the car. So there's that. Next question comes from Gabe Korea, and his question is, when are you getting a drift car? Now, you guys know rear-wheel drive, power slides, everything, it's a lot of fun, but I think to do drifting or another motorsport that is pretty cool, I think I am definitely in love with grip driving. That being said, I don't think it's in the cards. I can only kind of fit one car to kind of do the bill, and for me that is performance driving in the aspect of time sanctioned things. And as you guys know, sliding is not fast. It's pretty, it's cool, it looks awesome, but when it comes to putting down fast times, that is not the goal to make a smoke show. So I don't think anytime in the future. It is fun to do a power slide here and there in the M3, but regardless, it is not something on the horizon. We got a question from Tommy, and the question is, what did you have for dinner yesterday? And at the time he sent this, I did have a bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich. The tomatoes were from my fiance Adriana's parents' garden. They were amazing with some bacon. I mean, it's just simple, it's so good, absolutely delicious. And we got some more questions here. So we're going to get one from Diogo, and it says, what's your favorite four banger? Now, it's a tough one. I've driven a lot of four-cylinder cars, and some are definitely more memorable and noticeable than others. I think the one that strikes off immediately from my head is from the Honda S2000. That's the F20C motor, I believe. I've got to experience it out at Tail of the Dragon, at one of my favorite driving roads up by Herman, and it's just so much character and kind of pizzazz in that car. I think it's really awesome. The way it just goes out there and you're just banging off a limiter, 9,000 RPM, it's kind of really special. I know that they are really expensive to get into now, especially S2000s, but those cars are really special. I think that's an awesome four-cylinder thing to get. Okay, next question, also from Diego. What's the worst car-related purchase you've made? So I typically do a lot of research when it comes to ordering things or buying things. I want to say I think I do a good job in not trying to waste money on things that I'm spending money on, but I definitely think worst car-related purchase I've done is getting the extended warranty when I first got my M2. I thought, you know, it's my first car, I want to take care of it, kind of fell for it. In some ways, I thought I asked the right questions and everything, but I definitely didn't. One thing I did, since it was a CPO car, I wanted the extended warranty as I thought I was going to keep it for a while. And after reading the contract and actually figuring out, the extended warranty starts from the time of like the manufacturing date of the car. So even though I bought like a 5-year extended and the car has a 3-year automatically, the 5 years you're really only getting, since the regular manufacturer one like supersedes it, you're only paying like that premium for the last 2 years, and even that is not even full coverage and everything. So absolute scam. Luckily I caught it fast enough and canceled it, so I only paid like a couple $100. Thankfully it allowed me to cancel it, so I got rid of that coverage, and that was something I thought, what a mess, what a mistake. And when I got my M3 next time with the finance guy, I just told him, I don't want anything, just give me the car, sign me off, and I went on my way, and that's what I did with that. So pretty cool. Okay, next question from Jakob, another G80 bro. The question is, favorite car you reviewed? This is tough. I've reviewed a good amount of cars now, and when it comes to it, it's a good question. I think what instantly goes to my mind, and as much as it might be very odd for some, I think my friend Henry's GR86 is probably one of the coolest cars that I've driven, for the fact that it kind of opened my eyes when it came to just sports cars and performance cars in general. It's probably one of the lightest and most track-focused car I've driven to date. And that being said, he has full aero, coilovers, bucket seats, CAE chassis mounted shifter, Tomei exhaust, super rowdy, like all the visceral elements when it came to driving that car just felt absolutely phenomenal. I mean, I just hopped into it. I drove when I was at Tail of the Dragon. You guys can see my review. It's not my most proudest video or review of that, but the ability to just absolutely fly in that car, and my first time feeling one with true aerodynamics, like once you're at like 70 miles an hour, 80 plus, just feeling it hunker to the ground, and just that feeling of like being weightless. Like the car has probably like at least 1,000 pounds less than what my M3 has half the power, but it just felt so fast, like almost defying physics, like just how crazy well set up that car is. I tell Henry all the time, it's just such a fantastic vehicle. Now I'm actually getting fast enough driving my car and matching speeds with Henry at certain racetracks, so there's that. But just how cheap it is, how accessible in front of that car is, it is absolutely bonkers. And with all the work he's done to it, like with the thicker oil and things he's done, and he's done the oil lab analysis, I think he'd be beating on it since he's done over like 40 days, I think now. The car is still in tip-top shape, wearing better than some other cars. We're just daily drivers. It's absolutely bonkers. I definitely would not write off that car in the future. I think for how much he put in, I think it was around like $5 grand and just mods. It's just absolutely crazy how fast that car is on a circuit. So blew me away. I have driven a lot of cool cars. I think second runner-up will probably be my friend Ray's 1M. Unfortunately, I did not get the chance to review it with my camera and everything, but that car was so special. Upgraded twin turbo 1M E82. I believe E82 or 85. 85 I think is the easy for. E82 1M. Yeah, upgraded twin turbos. Thing had around 600 horsepower. Amazing car. Okay, next question. Dream 3-car garage. You cannot say the M3 you have now, from Alex Wolosiak. Well, Alex, good question. When it comes down to it, let's see. I need water. Okay, dream 3-car garage. Now this is tough. I have recently driven a Porsche 911, and I must say I was left pretty lackluster. It was a base Carrera, so nothing of the crazy GT cars. That being said, for how much money that car was, I think it's around $140,000. I was not impressed. So that kind of ruins me in some ways for the Porsche tax and everything. I know the GT cars are completely different, another ballgame animal, but I always thought in my mind a perfect 3-car solution would be like a GT3 or a GT4 RS. I think the Cayman car is definitely the more emotional and raw car that I've seen and heard from reviews. A lot of people just love how the induction noise, all that emotion and volume that has with those air ducts behind your ears and everything. It's really cool. I think personally, with me going M3 route, having a super saloon car, I think they're just so special and cool and outright. A lot of folks are saying, oh, I'd probably like a CT5V Blackwing, but I personally just don't really like how they look or just how they roll. I'm sure if I drove one, I'd be definitely different in opinion. It's a very cool car, but overall it just does not do it for me. So first car I want to say has to be either a GT3 RS or GT4 RS. Hopefully by the end of this list I'll figure that out. But my knee-jerk reaction to saying a GT3 RS, I think it's just the perfect pinnacle clinical car when it comes down to it. I mean, 9,000 RPM, pretty much race car for the street. Double wishbone suspension in the front. I mean, this thing is just absolutely bonkers and insane. Still getting over a cough. Okay, so we have a GT3. Actually, no. I will do a 911 GT3 touring for the street. Yes. No. The 911 ST, I think that's what that car is. Absolutely cool. I think it's like the most bona fide, stripped down, like enthusiast spec. So that 911 ST would be my daily. Then for the weekend, I definitely want a Cayman GT4 RS Spider. Those cars are absolutely gorgeous. I keep seeing this one video from this guy named Das Cayman. Absolutely gorgeous. Car sounds great. Super beautiful. I know they're pretty much shared the same motor, but it's just completely different flavors and stuff like that. So I have that guy. I have that guy, which are 2 Porsches. I kind of wish it wasn't the chance, but I just all the inputs and interaction when it comes to the car are just so natural and perfect. I just feel like it's just a natural progression for how things are. For me, coming from a BMW world, they're not huge on all that type of stuff. So when it comes down to it, I think that's just a natural progression of things. I mean, I'm pretty basic in that aspect. I mean, I have a M3. A lot of people think that's also a pretty boring and numb car, but I just absolutely love the performance you get out of it. So having a 911 GT3 or the 911 ST, as I said, for the weekend I'll have the Cayman GT4 RS Spider. And then for a third car, This is tough. It's really tough. I'm really trying to think. So these cars are fast, but I don't think they're like inherently like crazy super fast. I think the M5 CS, the F9 generation, absolutely gorgeous. I think it's like a super saloon family hauler. I think if I were to do a 4-door car, I mean, how do you beat that? That car is just timeless. I hear a lot of, I know one guy who's raving it's just way better than a G80 in all ways, since it's still heavy. I mean, all the cars are heavy, but it just has that over-encompassing full body saloon car, and it makes it really special. So I'm gonna try to lock that in, we'll say. So M5 CS, the F9 generation, a 911 ST, manual of course, and a Cayman GT4 RS Spider. So I think that's my options. If you guys have any others, please let me know. Obviously it's an expensive list, but if we have anything, why not, right? Sky's the limit. So there is that. I almost missed 2 questions, one from, both actually from my good friend John Rayner, and one of them is, how many times do I use my BMW turn signal? And the question is, all the time actually. Contrary to belief, I am one of those who actually use my turn signals, unfortunately. So not doing the best with that stereotype. But the second question is, if I were to do an American car or Japanese car, what build would I go for? Now, Japanese cars, it's tough. Adriana, what would you pick?
Acura.
An Acura.
I'm biased.
She's biased. She has an Integra, so that's that. Currently, we're just doing some dinner. But for me, if I were to do a Japanese car, I think this is kind of cheating, but I would do a Supra. I think it's such a fast and competent platform. Has the B58, super fast out on track. Looks pretty decent, and it's just such a nice small platform that's decently light. I think around 3,200 pounds. Definitely go full time attack aero sport in that regard. Now, if it were to be American, I think I'd still stick with either a Mustang, as I had one, go the full V8 route, or I would go with a Chevrolet Corvette. I think those are just absolutely bonkers cars. I think definitely leaning more towards Corvette, as I think the floor ceiling, the weight and everything, just way more motorsport derivative, and a lot easier to get into, a lot faster. So I definitely do a motorsports Corvette type of build. Super awesome car, either C6, C7. I am looking at those C8s. The Z06 would be really nice, but overall, not too bad. Definitely would go those routes if that was the case. So thanks so much for the question, John. We have one more question, and it's from my friend Bruce. Hey Bruce, how's it going? It says, what is your favorite sounding engine I've ever driven? Now, trying to think of cars I've driven and my favorite sounds from them. Can't say I've driven any that sound that crazy, to be honest. I think if I'm gonna say that, actually, let me check my channel and see what I've driven. Unfortunately, I have not reviewed it, but I think it would be Ray's 1M. I'll try to put a clip of the noise of what it is in this video. But he made his own, I think, fabricated exhaust. So it has the upgraded turbos, M54. I mean, this is just kind of like old school cool BMW like tuner car M54 noises, and it just sounds insane, especially from outside. Just the intake like snarl and induction noise from behind, it just sounds like no car I've ever heard. And I know obviously like videos and stuff don't do it justice, but even just putting it on power, on throttle, just having all that induction noise and spool with those turbos going up as it rips your face as you're pulling out, absolutely insane. So very cool car, very cool list. If you guys enjoyed this, please let me know. I'm currently recording now on my new phone. It's the iPhone 17 Pro Max. I'm trying to figure out all the capabilities and everything it has with my new gimbal, so I think the quality is actually really nice and really cool. Let me know what you guys think down below, and thank you so much for the support and love for this channel. It does mean the world to me. I'm just a young guy from Jersey, just doing what I love, my passion with cars, and being able to put it out there and have you guys, you know, sit at home, watch it with family, with friends, with anything. It's absolutely a dream come true. We're now at, I believe, at the making of this 1,200 subscribers, which is pretty awesome, over 1 million views. We'll see how it keeps going. Please let me know what content you want to see. With the winter and everything coming, I'm gonna try to do more me content, talking to the screen, as much as outside's kind of ugly and everything, but overall, not too bad. I keep surprising myself with the traction we're getting. A lot of short form content too. It's been going great, so I'm gonna try my best to be as active on Instagram, on YouTube Shorts, on YouTube and everything. So that being said, I love you all. Thank you so much for the love and support. This is Ryan for Moto. I hope you enjoyed this Q&A. If you have any other questions, of course, put them down below in the comments. I'll always be happy to answer them. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Froze Moto out.